What's going on, everybody? This is Professor Crypto Banana. So on the Phantom ecosystem side, I've been focusing on Solidly, SOLIDEX, and just a little bit of 0xDAO. Now, all these projects do tie together, but the details and the complexity is very overwhelming. However, by playing around, I'm picking up tidbits of information. I want to share that with you guys, as well as a farming strategy that I have. Now, keep in mind, everything in this video is time sensitive. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and this is just for entertainment and educational purposes only, so do your own research. Let's get to it. So, Solid token, that is the DEX token for Solidly. The emissions are ridiculously high, but the price is stabilized, so that's always good to see. With 0xDAO, they're going to be coming out with their version 2 in a matter of a few hours, so I believe that is why the price broke this trend line and it's just going up and up and up. What will happen? Who knows? But that is what I'm seeing. I think that's very interesting. So let's take a look at what I discovered on SOLIDEX. So SOLIDEX is more of the farming side. Solidly is where you actually can do the swaps. Okay? Simple, simple. Cool. Let's keep it that way. So what else did I discover? Well, one thing that I noticed is that when you stake your Solid tokens for SOLIDsex, there's a pairing with Solid. So you can stake it, and it gets a little bit scary because as soon as you come here to say convert solids, like this is irreversible, you can't do this, da da da. Nice high APR, don't get me wrong. But then I was like, oh wait, if they have an LP pool for SOLIDsex and Solid, that means I can literally go to the exchange right here, click on swap, go, let's say let's type in the SOLIDsex right here, SOLIDsex, boom. And then I can go to Solid. Now, hopefully it's 1-to-1 or close to it. There could be not perfectly balanced, so double check that. However, that's like, oh, that's really cool. I like that. I didn't know, so I wanted to share that information as well. You can take a look at the APRs. Oh my goodness, this is high. Getting paid in Solid tokens, so something to keep in mind. In addition, they also have the voting side. I'm like, this is kind of cool. So I read certain comments from people saying that the next emissions based off the voting is going to happen Thursday, or that's when it concludes, something of that nature. So by looking right here, maybe I can position myself in a way where it's like, oh, okay, I can get some of these good rewards, do whatever I gotta do. So always something to keep in mind. With the locked SOLIDEX token, or SEX for short, we're all adults here, what I'm also seeing is that this seems to be more of the governance token, meaning you have the power to say which farm or LP token is going to get the most emissions. So there are two different tokens. You got the Solid, so if you're doing the different swaps and exchanges out here on Solidly, boom, okay, maybe Solid is getting the benefit of that. On the flip side, the SEX token, that when you lock that up for 1 to 16 weeks, you have the ability then to probably say which pool will get the higher emissions. So I'm thinking this is where the bigger projects are going to really want to capture that, because then they can say, oh, hey, give us bigger yield over here. So I'm like, oh, this is starting to make sense a little bit. At the same time, though, on Solidly, they also have the vote feature, and I can see the total amount of votes. It seems to be a gauge right here to cast the vote as well. And I noticed, I know this is small, so let me just see if I can, oh my gosh, all right. Notice how to my right side, left side, doesn't matter. There's the bribe section. I'm like, that is interesting. Now, as of right now, this doesn't seem to be anything major to me, but if you're familiar with beats and what's happening there with the bribes, and it just seems to be the common theme right now in the DeFi world, especially on Phantom. I'm like, all right, here we go. This is interesting. So wanted to pass that information around as well. So I mentioned on SOLIDEX that there are high APRs with different farms, etc. And it's kind of cool because there are certain ones that you may just have sitting around, or that I may have sitting around. In fact, I do, and that's what I'll be talking about, such as Tomb and Phantom, LP pairs, etc. So it's kind of nice because I can look at my wallet and say, oh, I already got some of this. Boom, I can bring it over here and then just get free APR essentially. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty nice. So here is the strategy that I came up with. Now I know that Miles actually created a YouTube video recently with that caption about like farming strategies. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm curious to see if we match up or if we have different. But regardless, I got this new software I'm very excited to show you. Actually, it's just a website and it's much cleaner than Paint. Woo! So, all right, let's get to it. So I got beats. I already got a big bag of it. 11 beats. I'm like, yes, okay. But let's put this to work. So I take this and I can get 680% APR rewarded to me with solid tokens. Now, you also get SEX tokens. It's like a mix. So it's not 680% purely solid. You know what? Here, I'll just type that in for those people that are super attentive to details. And it's like, I call this house money. It's just rewards to me. It's just, okay, cool. This is really sweet. My beats is putting in the work to get me 680% APR. Now, if I put this just simply F beats and leaving it on Beethoven X, I get 0.3%. So then bringing it over here, and that's 0.3% every day. So don't get twisted. But either ways, okay, 680% APR, which comes out to be about 2% per day. Really nice in rewards. Awesome. Hey, hey. So what do I do with that? Well, 50% of those rewards I'm going to sell in order to acquire tokens of projects that have a high APR. So when we take a look at SOLIDEX, I don't know which one's going to be the high APR project. We were taking a look at the votes, and it seemed as if, you know, oxdao. Which other ones? It's honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm just willing to put it into whatever is the higher APR project. Ideally, one that is probably more reputable, that also looks good on the charts. Maybe as a token that I already know, I'm like, heck yeah, why not just an extra reason to acquire more? Sure, why not? And then as a result, so with oxdao, they were given 1,060% APR. That's amazing. Now, granted, it's going to be a less portion because I split my rewards. My rewards is not going to be a big bag. My beats is generating it, so the rewards get split in half. But I'm still acquiring some tokens that is doing yields on yields on yields. And then I'll put that back, so I'll be getting solid rewards. So then it goes back to here. And as a result, 50% of the rewards, just in general, half is going to go for my staked solid, also known as SOLIDsex. And this will be generating me high APR as well. Now, keep in mind with time, these APRs can all fluctuate, but this is what I'm doing. And then whatever rewards I get from SOLIDsex, I'm just going to auto compound it right back in, or manually compound it, I suppose. So that is my end goal, is have a big bag of beats and then eventually acquire a big bag of SOLIDsex that's just giving me rewards, and I can decide to compound it or to actually just sell the rewards and put it elsewhere and diversify. I think this is a really cool strategy. Now, a lot of people could be saying, Professor, you kind of left out what you're going to do with the high APR project. Maybe I'll just sell it off and just put it right into SOLIDsex when the APR is different. I don't know, but this is just one strategy that I came up with. Now, there are multiple different strategies that can come up. All right, but let's just keep this moving here quickly. So taking a look at Discord, oxdao. They've been in their announcement channel. You can see right here today at 8:33 a.m. Now this is Central U.S. time, saying version 2. Today is going to be most likely. Now they're saying at 3:05, hey, doing the testing, just making sure nothing's up. And then finally at 6:26, we are go time. Push will happen in the next few hours, live later tonight. Bear with us until our next announcement. So typically when it comes to coding testing, I'd rather have them make sure that everything is good. But again, it's like, this is some good alpha if you're watching this and you stuck around to this point. Now on the announcement channel, they also have a demo video. I'm picking up a little bit of details from this as well. So you may want to just go through it, read it, pause it, read the details. But how I understand it is oxdao, they want to acquire as much tokens, the solid and probably the SEX tokens, as possible. And as a result, they can vote for all the rewards to go to their side if they choose to, or to a different project if they're willing to bribe for it. In addition, it's probably really nice for me because let's say I have an LP token, and if I have certain SEX tokens locked up, I could get higher rewards on my LP token. But that would require me buying SEX tokens and locking that up, and then that's less of the rewards, etc. So perhaps oxdao has found a way with their tokenomics to make that work, where they're like, dude, we already got a ton of SEX tokens. We need it anyways to boost this up as high as we need to. So if you come over here, deposit, y'all good, you Gucci. So this is very interesting stuff. I think they're going to version 2. So you burn the oxdao token in order to get the version 2 of ox solid. But very interesting concepts with what's going on here. And then also with the ox solid, you can probably sell it so then it's liquid. So something that I'll be taking a look into further. But yeah, there's a little bit of information out there, so maybe worth taking a look. I don't have all the details, but hopefully that's some to keep you guys updated. I'll see you guys in the next video. Pieces.